Hey everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode on my channel. As always, I'm Jay, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys on my thoughts about Stephen King's It. I finally got to see it, and I definitely enjoyed it, so I do have a little bit to say. Hopefully I won't be rambling on too much, but there are going to be some brief spoilers ahead, so if you haven't seen it yet, be warned. But I have to ask, why haven't you seen it yet? It's that great of a film. The 1990 series one was a TV small screen adaptation, and it was into two parts. Now, for sure, they had to be a little bit restrictive with what they could and couldn't show because it was meant to be shown on TV. And, you know, despite all those flaws and everything that might come with having a TV budget, they did pretty well. They did pretty well. You know, growing up and watching it as a little kid, Tim Curry definitely scares the shit out of you for sure. And what they end up doing in the film is very tame by today's standards. So one of the aspects of the reboot, which definitely helped it out, is the fact that they went rated R. And from the very get-go where he bites Georgie's arm off and pulls him into the sewers, you know you're in for one hell of a ride. I was on the edge of my seat for the majority of the film. Of course, there's parts where it slows down a little bit and you see the Losers Club, which is all the kids together and kind of getting to know each other and kind of growing and stuff like that, and seeing the lighthearted aspect to it. Even if you're a fan of horror films, you know, I think you'll find something to really enjoy about this film. It might not have the gore over the top like a lot of other horror films, but it definitely has an atmosphere and a way of storytelling that is fantastic. Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise was really the draw for me in this film for sure, because he's the icon of the film, and Tim Curry did do such a great performance in the TV film. Even though it was a TV movie, you know, he was definitely the standout for sure of it. So I wanted to see what he could bring to the table. And overall, Bill Skarsgård brings the creepiness, he brings the silliness, and he brings the horror aspect to the forefront. He definitely kind of has that kind of whimsical aspect to him, mostly to, you know, lure in children and everything, I'm sure, before he ends up pouncing on them like a predator. He definitely had a creepy smile, and just his like mannerisms and everything were so very scary. A lot of cringeworthy moments for sure in this film, including scenes where he's eating children's body parts, or he's you know, he's basically pretending to be a puppet master to a decomposing body at one point, which really unsettled me at a few parts. And then the projector scene was definitely one scene that I thought I was prepared for, because I had seen it in clip format on YouTube, but they didn't show the full extent of it, and when I was in the theater, I definitely did jump just a little bit. And I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact that I had a little bit of a phobia of clowns growing up. But don't we all? And I don't know if I'm the only one, but I felt like he sounded a little bit like Scooby-Doo at some parts.
Well, I'm Pennywise the dancing clown. Now we aren't strangers, are we?
I should get going now.
Without your boat?
And then another cringeworthy moment was for sure when Richie and Bill are in the house where it is supposedly living and everything, and they're running and everything. They open a door, and then there's just this poor girl from the waist up. Her body is there, but for her legs and everything are missing. Things like that definitely enhance the kind of horror factor and kind of the tragedy of what it does. I mean, Pennywise is a cannibalistic freaking predator, and the thing that wasn't really dawned on in the original, you know, TV series or TV movie rather, was the fact that he is really gruesome and vicious. The other cast of characters, great cast, all the kids did very well, and I know one of the kids was on Stranger Things, which I believe that the creators of Stranger Things, I heard, wanted to make an It film, but because they didn't have the pedigree that a lot of other actors and everything had nowadays, or a lot of directors rather, they couldn't do it because the studio wouldn't let them. And of course, what happens, whoever directed this and was in charge of casting took one of their members to put them into the film. And from what I hear, Stranger Things and this do have kind of similar tones in the regard of the kids trying to find missing kids and kind of fighting an other evil entity. But I have yet to see the full show. I think I watched like 3 episodes of it, but I kind of forgot them. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch, because especially with season 2 coming around. So overall, the film was fantastic. It was great. I definitely give it 3.5 stars out of 5 and recommend going to see it. If you are a horror fan and you're used to more gore and violence and everything. This isn't necessarily going to reach that quota if you feel that way, but it is definitely well written, well acted, and there are CGI elements that don't take you out of the story, but they do add and enhance and everything like that. But overall, very good watch. Definitely recommend watching it and buying it at some point if you do get a chance to. And this is part 1, just like the original TV series, which had 2 parts. And then in the second one, that's when you're going to see them as adults. I believe that one's going to be slated for a 2019 release. Well, guys, that's all the time that I have for today. I hope you enjoyed my brief review of Stephen King's It. Like, comment, subscribe, leave all the feedback down below, even if it's negative feedback. And until next time, guys, take care. Bye.